Hello everyone. My name is Cha. Oh, sorry, I cannot tell you my name. People believe that I'm a talented woman who got some extra mind for banking stuff. And all that talent has brought one of the harshest miseries in my life. Now, I'm living in a place where the jurisdiction of the court of law ends. But the horror doesn't end here, as I believe they will find me soon or later. And then, they will murder me brutally. It wasn't an easy task to be here. I had faced stalking, and you know the dread of the night in the cold. No help at all. You guys must have thought about what I'm talking about and why I'm in this poor situation. Be with me, I'm going to narrate how a financial advisor like me can suffer this pathetic condition. I might not have to face this condition if my father could survive another 3 years or so. He was a nice guy who took all the burdens of the house on his mighty shoulders and led things well. We faced a sudden shock. By we, I mean a family of 3, my dad, mom, and my dad was diagnosed with lung cancer. I don't know from where he got the deadly disease. Neither he held a cigarette nor anything like that which could lead him to that stage. He was a man with strong nerves and did as much as he could do for his family. Till the last breath, he was worried for his family. My mother had been a housewife and never worked outside. She was a literate woman with no practical knowledge. It was hard for her to find a job, but a friend of hers from college helped us on the rainy days. He helped my mom find a job and paid my tuition fee for a few months. But when his wife learned about it, all his affection ended. She was a mean woman, I must say. I wanted to continue my studies, but the pressure was so high that I couldn't handle it. I left college and started a full-time job in a legal firm. I was good at commerce stuff and had studied it for 2 semesters in college. I became an associate of a lawyer who practiced majorly in taxation. It was the real start of my journey. It was a sort of game for me I used to read files, finding out the actual loopholes, the suitable solutions for them, and boom. The more I took interest in the work, the more I got work. It was often that I forgot to take my lunch break and work for hours in the office. It was pleasing for me. My interest in the task was developing with each passing day. It was my passion to be a great banker, and things were very relatable there. The lawyer appreciated my hard work and was really satisfied with the quality of work. Now, I had his trust, the soul of success. He started discussing with me the big fishes of the locality. Their cases were a mess. I believed that the lawyer was in some way cleaning their money. He thought that I would shake my hand for this dirty work. I was a different girl. I didn't want to do anything illegal, but I was already in the game as I knew about all of the transactions and spending. If could say to them that I didn't want to go further in that pathetic ocean, they could have murdered me. I was just going with the flow. If I had harmed someone, it wasn't intentionally. Instead, it was the need of the hour to carry on. I was in turmoil, but letting the police know about it would have caused me more harm. One day, after explaining a file to the lawyer, I told him that I want to resign or need a break at least. He reasoned, and I told him that I needed a degree. He tried to convince me that there was no need to continue studies, as I know more than qualified masters who are teaching old theories. In the courses at highly ranked institutions, I wanted to start a new career. I wanted to stay away from crime and the criminals. I wanted to be a banker. I knew it wouldn't pay me as much as the lawyer was doing now, but I had already made up my mind to quit that job and start a new life with clean books. He didn't accept my resignation. Instead, he awarded me a break for my studies. I continued going to college. My routine was hectic. Now, I had to stuff the syllabus in my mind and then skim through the files. I managed everything. After all, it was my decision. One evening while I was returning home from the firm, I reckoned that some bad guys were stalking me. Panic was creeping on my nerves, but I tried to make myself calm and drove the car safely. Though my eyes were glued on the rear view mirror, 2 black trucks were following me. I didn't give them a hint that I was afraid of them. Now, I had to travel through a dark road to reach my home. I was losing my mind out of horror. One of the trucks picked up speed. It looked as if the driver was in a rush. He stopped the car in front of mine. My car was just about to hit the big truck, so I put pressure on the brake pedal. They had got me, two SUVs on both sides of my car. A man with a massive body stepped out of his ride. I thought he was sent by someone to kill me or do harm. I don't know, whatever. But to my surprise, he had a file in his hand instead of a gun. He handed it to me and said, "Mr. Raw." Sorry, I can't tell you his name. A very bad guy, a drug business tycoon, had sent them. I took the file and went straight to my house, no further followings. I took a bath and then sat on my bed with the papers in my hand. My eyes were revolving from one corner of the paper to the other. I leafed through them. Skimming the file let me know that the mister would ask me to clean his money. My mind asked a simple question: why not the lawyer? But I wasn't able to answer it. Surely I wasn't going to do anything before discussing it with the lawyer. But the note which was attached with the file restricted me from talking about it with the lawyer. I didn't know how to approach the drug dealer. After 3 days, I was followed by the same guys on the same track. When we reached the dark alley, the man blindfolded me and took me to a place unknown to me. There you go, boom. Mr. Raw was sitting in front of me. I must say he was born to join this profession only. His face had way more comfortable than I had ever seen on mine. He made me an offer which I couldn't resist. I felt more safe in his company than in the streets of, you know my place, with the state police. The meeting was great fun. When I asked him why he chose me instead of the lawyer, his answer was simple: you will learn. You know, practical knowledge. The lawyer died the next week. To the public, it was a natural death, but I knew that it was a murder. He had betrayed his masters. You guys must have thought that I should have learned from the lawyer's mistake. You are wrong. I robbed the robbers and thought they wouldn't understand the trick. But I was wrong. Now I am running for my life. I thank God that my mom died before I got trapped into this mess.